Hello there, everyone. Good evening to all of you, to all our viewers right now. We're so happy to be back. But now, for another season, we are here at e-learn session. Yes, tonight is a moment wherein there's another learning. So we will be learning together. That's why I'm requesting everyone if you're tuning it right now. So we have our new schedule. So to every Thursday, we will be learning at 8 p.m. So we hope that despite we change our schedule, you will be with us. You are still with us. So I would like to see those who are watching us right now. So as you know, yeah, I would like to read your comments, your greetings, and also where you are watching. So please make sure that you type in your location and of course the team live hashtag team live. Okay, and yes, we have Mommy Avis. Yeah, Avis Change. Hello, hello. And also Facebook user. Hi. And another Facebook user mentioned blessed evening. Yeah, blessed evening also. And by the way, everyone, to our mompreneurs, please make sure to grant permission to StreamYard so that, yeah, we can see your name and of course we can recognize you and we can mention here. So, hello, Mommy K. Yes, Team Live. Once again, everyone, also for you to have an opportunity to win to our prizes tonight, which two blessed winners, yeah, two blessed winners, not just one, but two winners will be receiving 300 pesos Gcash load. So if you love that and you would like to win that, those prizes, yeah, two winners. So make sure to share our live, tag your friends, share this video to them, and of course, make sure to join us with our conversation. Share your learnings as we start our, discussion later. So, thank you, by the way. So please greet Mommy K, our community admin, and also Mommy Lay, who are at the backstage, watching and also helping us with the technicalities and yes, everyone, especially to those our mompreneurs. So tonight, this is another discussion that will bless a lot of people, and where no one is exempted to a lot of struggles, problems in our lives, especially if you're a mompreneur who's juggling your life between being a mom, being an entrepreneur, being a daughter, being a lot to many people. That's why today or tonight we will be talking about how to better respond to adversities. So we will identify on how we can properly manage our anger, anxiety, and annoyance. Yes, you heard it right. And for sure, mommies, mompreneurs, and everyone who are with us right now can relate to this topic. So let me read some comments over here. Wow, we're live also in Zamboanga City. Also watching from Tabuk. Wow, this is the first time I heard this place. Yeah, watching from Tabuk. Thank you, Mami Rincel. Hello from Pasig City. And yes, we have good evening watching from Katarman, Northern Summer. Wow, all the way from Samar. And of course, we are also you can also view us, in different parts of the world, right? So, no late yata ako. Not yet, yeah, we're just starting, mommy. Ayan, so Facebook user. So, again, everyone, make sure to allow StreamYard to access your account for us to view your names, okay? So, yes, Mommy Kija May Suwalong. Ayan. So, thank you, Mommy. Fine. Ayan, Philippine Reyes. Hello, hello. Good evening. Watching from Taguig City. And another viewer is ang ating mompreneur, Antoinette Sanchez David. Okay, just on time, sis. Yes, perfect. Yeah. So again, hopefully you're done with your dinner, okay, and you just be with us tonight. Okay, so we'll not prolong this moment of waiting. So everyone, again, this is we're so blessed with with our comeback tonight because we have an international guest. Wow, so amazing, and I'm excited to hear and learn from him. And he is actually an acupuncturist, also a Tai Chi Chuan instructor, and also a mental fitness coach, all the way from UK. Wow. He is the founder of Purpose Driven Coaching Academy. So, everyone, let's give a warm welcome to Coach David Levey.
Hi,
Hello,
hi,
David. Yeah,
hi,
please greet
Ellie.
our
Come on, Ellie.
viewers.
Okay. Is it over to me now? Are we? Do I take over?
Yeah, so yeah,
Yep.
thank you, Coach David. And again, yeah, just greet our viewers before I
Yep.
allow you to present to
Okay. Well, I'm
everyone.
very excited to be here, and thank you very much for inviting me on your show.
Yeah, thank you also. Okay, I will leave the floor now to you, David, and I will see you again on our
Okay.
question and answer later.
That's cool. That's cool.
Enjoy.
Right. So, can you need to share my slides? Let's see. Ah, there they are. That's my slides. Great. Well, hello everyone. I'm David Levey or Daddy Levey. I'm a dad as well, and that's my family down in the corner, bit younger now. There's a young David there. Three lovely children, all grown up now. I actually still have two at home. That's a long story, but we'll go to that another day. So juggling family and business is what I've always been doing, really. And yep, for about 30 years, well, more than 30 years now, I've been acupuncture, Tai Chi, coaching, and a mental fitness coach in particular, which I'm going to explain to you in more detail so that we can, you know, really take a look at some of the things that might help you in your day to day life. Okay, so we'll just move on. My screen works. So this was mentioned by Ellie. This is I set this up. It's a membership site. It's got courses and programs on it that help people like you to move forward in any area of their business and also in your life as well. So and I'm adding new courses all the time and new programs. So I'll tell you a little bit more about that later on. I've also set up, because I was inspired by your group, the MOMpreneurs, so I set up the Dadpreneurs Club. And so if you know any dadpreneurs, could be husbands, partners, sons, fathers, whoever they are, but if they're dadpreneurs similar to yourself, you know what it is to be a mumpreneur, then send them over to the Dadpreneurs Club. That's on Facebook. So that's another thing that's happening. Very exciting. And I've also written a book. And this book is built on my knowledge and understanding from Tai Chi and from traditional Chinese medicine, acupuncture, and so on. I took a closer look at this symbol that I'm sure you know, this yin yang symbol, and I've written a whole book on it. And the overall feeling of the book, the overall aim of the book is to help you get harmony and balance in your life. So this book is really useful. That's available on Amazon if you want it. And who knows, I might offer it for free later in the year. So, but if you're in a hurry, go ahead and buy it. And another small ebook I've created, which I will talk a little bit more about. This is the success equation. Now, this is really key to helping you move forward in your business, because this gives you an overview and a methodology of figuring out what you want and what the obstacles are and what actions you need to take to overcome those obstacles, because really that is the success equation. Knowing what you want, knowing what's in the way, knowing what you need to do to remove those obstacles, finding the help and support you need, and just getting on with it so that you're taking the right action at the right time. And this should be a link in the chat somewhere. You can get this completely free, and that will definitely help you to take you forward. And at the end of the session, just so if you stay long enough, stay right to the end, I'm going to be making a very special offer to you, which you're going to love. Okay. So that's how we're going so far. There will be time for some questions and answers towards the end. So if you have any questions and answers, start jotting them down. So in this actual Facebook Live session, we're going to take a brief look at emotions, because that's what most of you were interested in, about managing anger and anxiety and so on. And underneath that, It's about our mental fitness. Our emotions affect our mental fitness, and our mental fitness, our level of fitness, will determine what we do with those emotions. And by learning how to manage them better, we can have a better response to the challenges that we face in everyday life. And you know, whether it's emotional problems or you're struggling to make the next step in your life, quite often decisions are purely based on just not having enough information, and yet they become super impossible because we throw so much emotion in it. But when you take out the emotion, decisions become much easier to make. And also, getting the emotions on an even keel will give you a much healthy balance in terms of how you do your work, and spending time with your family, not feeling guilty, not feeling stressed out. These are important things that will just allow you to be more prosperous. And again, the ability to bounce back from a loss. You might have made a loss in a business, you might have lost a sale, you might have lost a customer or something like that. Or you might even have a personal loss in your family. And it's how you bounce back from that. Some people never recover from a loss, but they could with the right support. And it's all about how adaptable you can be, because a loss represents a change, and even success represents changes. And that's one of the things we also stops us from being successful, is there's a voice in there saying, oh, but that means this will change and that will change, and oh, if I'm successful, I won't be able to spend more time with my family or something like that. So there's all these little voices saying that can also be holding you back. So I'm going to now ask you a question, because we're going right into this now. Now we're really going to get into this. This is why you're here. So here's the question. Is pain good for you? So just quickly type in yes or no. Do you think pain is a good thing or a bad thing? Do you think pain is good for you? Just want to see what you think about that. You just type a little yes or a no. Someone says yes. Okay. Someone says no. That's good. I'm glad I've got both answers. That's what I really want. So here's the thing. Okay. Just look at pain for a second. Ouch. Now, pain at this moment in time would be really useful. Why? Because pain is like an alert, like an alarm. You touch the hot stove, ow, you take your hand off straight away. Pain, in that sense, has been very useful for you. Okay. But we have a problem. We have a real problem when we talk about emotional pain, because we have a very different response. Yeah. We hold on to negative emotions, and we hold on to them, and we keep our hand on the stove. Someone hurts us and we keep our hand on the stove. Okay. I'm still watching all your answers come in. Yes, no, which is fantastic. And yes and no. Excellent answer. Mum Ellie. Great answer. Some negative emotion can be useful, but keeping your hand on the stove, that's not useful. Okay. And we need to be able to learn to take our hand off the stove. We're not saying you won't experience any negative emotions. We're saying it's what you do, how you respond. Okay. So negative emotions are only helpful just for a second as an alert. But if you're staying there, it stops you from responding with empathy or curiosity or creativity. Yeah, it stops you really getting out there and getting on with your life. So this is the impact of that, is it will affect your performance. If I was feeling really anxious and nervous about doing this Facebook live with you, instead of feeling really excited and happy, my performance would be terrible. I mean, you might think it's terrible now. I don't know. Excuse me. But I think I'm doing okay. But imagine if I was really nervous and worried about speaking to you, that would affect my performance. Peace of mind. You cannot have any peace of mind if you're, if you're worried all the time, or you're upset all the time. You won't get any sleep. You won't be happy. And of course, it will affect your relationships. I really used to be a Mr. Angry. I mean, really. Okay. And I know that affected so many of my relationships, really did. Yeah. But I'm proof, well, you'd have to know me, but I'm proof you can change. You can make those changes. All right. So we're going to do some work now. And this is a little technique for you. So I want you, this is something you can take away and use for the rest of your life. And what I want you to do is just put your thumb and finger together like that. And then if you can, just close your eyes. Obviously, if you're driving a car or something like that, don't do that. Well, you shouldn't be watching this anyway if you're driving a car. But just close your eyes, and I want you to, with attention sufficient that you can feel, rub your fingertips together, and you can feel the ridges of your finger, like your fingerprints. You can actually feel it. Just really focus in there. Gently rub enough, with enough attention, enough energy there, just to feel the ridges of your fingertips rubbing together. Really feel it. Take your time. Okay. Now, we just did that for 10 seconds, and that's all you need. Now, you may or you may not have noticed that whilst you were doing that, you weren't stressed, you weren't anxious, you weren't angry. Now, you may not have been anyway, but whatever you were, this cuts right in. And this is a very special exercise. And we've got lots of exercises. We've got a whole program that builds on these exercises and techniques for helping you to take charge of your life. And if you use this technique little and often, yeah, you can even set your alarm, or if you join the program, which I've got, I'll tell you about that another time. You actually get it on your phone, all the exercises. But just for now, if you're going into a potentially stressful situation, say you're about to meet with a new client or something like that, just by doing this, just takes you out of that emotional state where you might be feeling a bit anxious, or if you're about to have an uncomfortable conversation with someone. And I'm just looking through your comments there, and some people you did get some, yeah, so I felt freedom for 10 seconds. That is fantastic. That is wonderful. That's what it's all about. This gets stronger and stronger and stronger. Believe me, the more you do this, the more powerful it gets. And because we have a whole range of different exercises, there's something for everyone. Okay. So I just wanted you to experience that. And I'm really pleased that some of you have already, just in that 10 seconds, got something from it. I'll tell you what, let's do it again. Just enjoy ourselves. Just for 10 seconds, just close your eyes and gently rub those fingers together with enough attention that you can feel the ridges of your fingertips. Okay, fantastic. Yeah, some of you feeling relaxation, feeling relaxed. That's wonderful, wonderful, great. Really pleased for you. Really pleased. So that is one of the keys to moving forward, okay, and taking control. So that's what underpins mental fitness. I'll just give you the definition of that. Okay. So mental fitness is your capacity to respond to life's challenges with a positive rather than negative mindset. Now, I was just chatting with Mum Ellie and Mum Lee before that you are generally a very happy people over there. I've noticed whenever I speak to anyone from your lovely country, you all seem to be jolly and happy and cheerful. I'm sure there's some negativity there occasionally. All right. But the thing is, the more mentally fit you are, the less negative you are. And what's the impact of that? Well, of course, you now can have peak performance. You'll be more productive. Yeah. You'll really be getting on with stuff. And yes, you've already experienced it. You can have peace of mind, and even your health will improve as well. Your physical health can improve as well as your mental health. Everything starts improving. And of course, you'll have much healthier relationships. Yeah. If you can do these kind of exercises before you have those uncomfortable conversations, you can have much healthier conversations and that kind of stuff. Okay, great. So why do you keep your hand on the hot stove? Seems crazy, doesn't it? You know, we kind of know this stuff. We know that being angry isn't good for us, etc., etc., but we still do it. What's that all about? Why are we doing that? Why do we keep coming back? Or why even when we get rid of that stove, we go and find another stove and put our hand on that, you know, to be safe. Fantastic. Mum Maureen there said to be safe. Absolutely spot on. It's all about survival. It's all about survival. Now let's see if you know how well you know your flora and fauna. That's one of your deadliest snakes. It might be the deadliest snake. Beautiful creature. And this is one of your lovely butterflies. Now here's the thing. Many years ago, thousands of years ago, as we were evolving, nature, quite rightly, if you think about it, said we need to give much more attention over here to the danger than we do to this beautiful creature over here, to this butterfly. Why? Because this one's going to kill us, and this one, it might make us happy because we like the look of it, but this one's going to kill us. So keep over here, stay over here, stay over here, stay over here. And what happens is that part of our brain, our survival brain, just grows stronger and stronger and more powerful and takes up most of our time and energy and our thought patterns, all about survival. So we are permanently in survival mode. Okay. And this isn't a criticism. I'm a dad as well. I'm a parent. We bring that on, we can't help it, but that kind of goes on to our children as best we can and society as well. And it just goes on from generation to generation. Life is dangerous, be careful out there. Watch what you're doing. Be careful. Don't do this. Don't do that. And it's all negative, negative, negative. And that part of our brain just grows and grows and grows. And that's what creates that problem. That's what keeps us putting our hand on the hot stove. So what happens next? This is what happens. We develop saboteurs. And they've been identified in the program that you would find on my website. There's a program there, a mental fitness program. And within that, we identify the 10 saboteurs. Okay. They're like the avoider, the one that says, don't do this, don't do that. There's the pleaser. Oh, I must please this person to keep in their good books. Otherwise, they won't give me what I want. There's the controller, the one that we must control. We must stay in control. The biggest one of all is the judge that's always wagging its fin, telling you how terrible you are, telling you how useless you are. All of those voices, those negative voices in your head, and we all have them, okay, they are the thing that really are kind of controlling us in a way that we don't want to be controlled. They are kind of running the show, and really we don't want them to. What we want are to our sage powers, and this is the original you. This is what you're born with. This is so deep inside you. This is your power of empathy. Yeah, your ability to love and to be happy. Okay, but it's got masked over. It's all been masked over by these saboteurs who've kind of hijacked your brain, hijacked the system. So we need to find a way to stop all that and to take back and become much more in our sage power. Now, I haven't got time to go into all of that here. Okay, I haven't got time for that. But I just wanted to give you that overview. But I've given you a technique that's going to help you, because there's like this tug of war going on. The saboteurs and all this negativity are pulling you that way. And then you've got the sage powers that are pulling you into positivity. And it all comes down to your habits and your practice. And with practice and changing your habits, you can change the way you do things. So the saboteurs, they motivate you in a negative way. They motivate you through fear and stress and anger and guilt and shame and insecurity. So they're pushing you along like, but your sage, they motivate you through positive emotions of empathy and curiosity, creativity and passion and purpose. And wouldn't you rather have that? Wouldn't you rather be pulled through life in a positive way than pushed through life in a negative way? But you need to win this tug of war. Now I'm going to skip ahead because We have three ways of doing it. That you do them all together, you succeed. You've got to learn how to intersect your saboteurs, and that's a whole technique for another day. That's in the mental fitness program. You need to learn how to engage with your sage, and you need to build your self command. How do you do that? Well, the self command is that little exercise I just showed you. Okay, we call them PQ reps, positive quotient. Okay, 10 seconds, and that's the one. That's what you did for 10 seconds. You got a great result. I'm now going to give you another one, just as a nice little freebie for you. So this time, I want you to put both your palms together and close your eyes if you can, and gently rub the two palms of your hands together, just up and down gently, and really focus in. You might feel the temperature, you might feel rough parts of your palms, smooth parts, wrinkles, whatever. Just gently rub your two hands together and really, really focus on what you're experiencing. Okay, so that's you taking control. How did that feel? You see, we all experience things differently. Some you might think, oh, that's I prefer the other exercise. You might prefer this exercise. Remember, we've got lots of different exercises, but hopefully you got just as much from that or even better. Okay. Yeah, someone already does that. That's great. Yep, you always do that whenever you're stressed, keeps you calm. You see, that's fantastic. Now, maybe someone taught you that, or maybe you did it naturally, and that's beautiful. Whatever helps you, do more of it. Okay, do more of it. That's what I would always say. It's not just about practice makes perfect. It's more a case of practice makes peaceful. Yep, calm and peace. Lovely, lovely. Very calming. Great stuff. Great stuff. Well, there you are. Um, I know that was quick, but obviously time is short. But you've already got something to take away with you and a different understanding. But don't forget, there's going to be a very special offer after this question and answer session. So over to you, Ellie, I believe. If there's any questions you want me to answer, I'll do my best.
All right. Wow, that's so amazing. The activities, and also it was short but definitely full of learnings. And um let me read some of the takeaways here, David, before we entertain their questions, because I love how the mompreneurs in the house are really, giving their insights and thoughts. So let me read here. One moment. Yeah. Let me go back up there. Yeah, our Facebook user mentioned it is all about different choices, yes, and also about self command mentioned by Mommy Maureen. And yeah, Mommy K mentioned I always do that whenever I'm stressed, helps me keep calm. Maybe this is the activity that you showed us, David. And yeah, Mommy Lay, my mind channeled its energy, felt relaxed. Yes, Mommy Pine mentioned also, yeah, she felt calm, and the peace was also felt in there. And yeah, they did, and enjoyed the activity. And actually, for me, mental fitness, as also with our physical fitness, it's very important that we have this mental fitness. And of course, as you mentioned, the effects or the benefits, our performances will be really be great, either it's at home, at work, or wherever we are, whatever we're doing. And of course, very important, peace of mind and healthy relationships. So, yeah, those are the exciting part that I took from what you mentioned. So, everyone, our mompreneurs, our viewers, so please, yeah, comment in your question if you have, okay, so that directly it will be answered by Coach David. So let's see. Hold on, there are a lot of comments. The comments are keep on coming. Yeah. Thank you, Sir David. That means a lot. Okay, so I have one question here. Okay,
Okay.
so David, the question is how to prevent our minds from thinking negative thoughts so one can manage anxiety better.
Okay, that's a great question. So I'm just going to change the question slightly because we'll always have, almost always, you're always going to have negative thoughts. So what we can do with that, instead of stopping, instead of trying to stop having negative thoughts, a much more practical approach is to shrink down the impact of those negative thoughts. In other words, if one of your children is really screaming for attention and you know that child doesn't need that much attention, okay, how would you normally deal with that? Now, you might end up shouting at that child, or you might completely ignore that child, or you might give them just enough attention just to keep them happy enough, and then you carry on. So, our emotions are just like children, really. They're going to be screaming at us all the time. Yeah. What we need to do is develop the ability to be as centered as possible, as calm as possible, go into the sage power of empathy, understanding what's going on with that child. You might need to be creative to give them something to do. So, this is how it helps you in terms of it'll help you to manage your children even better than you already do. Same with your emotions. There's no difference really. But when you increase the sage power, yeah, relatively the negative stuff goes down. So get my hands in the screen. Negative go and the positive stuff goes up. And so although the negative stuff is still there, it's smaller and smaller and smaller in relation to the bigger part of you. You become bigger, you become more powerful, and you become less bothered. So instead of it being like you know a big elephant crashing through your room, it's now become a cow, and it goes down to the size of a dog, and it just gets smaller and smaller, until you don't even. It's just like a little midge, little fly, and you just go,
Wow.
oh, it's you again. So it's different ways. You actually learn to talk to your emotions as well, to talk to the saboteurs. You know, it's like, oh, where have you been? I knew you'd come along. I knew you'd come along to have your say. Not interested, and you get on with your life. Okay.
Okay, that's very good and very nice, answer from our question. So, Mom, she is, yeah, so please take note of that one, let's make it a smaller one, instead of a elephant, yeah, let's make it a little smaller. So, now another question from Mommy Crisel is, okay, Mommy Maureen. So, let me read this, okay, from Mommy Maureen. Yeah. Sir David, I am a full time mom, and most of my time I feel so worthless. Oh, I believe there are a lot of mommies or women experiencing this. How do I manage to fight this feeling? Very good question. Go ahead,
That's a
David.
very good question. And thank you very much for raising that question. And that in itself is something for you to start empowering yourself, because you had the strength to ask that question. So you're not worthless. And that question was worth a lot to everybody. That is a brilliant question. Okay. And part of the way for you to move forward is for you to focus on those little positives. Okay. I'm just going to quickly scroll through my I just want to see that yin yang symbol. If you see my screen, I just want to share that again. Yeah. Okay. When you understand that symbol, which is in my book, all right, you see there's a always the opposite. Now, if you imagine the darkness here is all
Yes.
negativity, there's always a small spot of light. Always. Yeah. Nothing is 100% negative. Therefore, even if you felt it, you are not 100% worthless. And what you need to do is focus on that part of you that has something to give. You've already achieved a lot in your life. I already know. If you're a mum, you've already done some amazing stuff just by having
Exactly.
a child. That's incredible. Okay. So you're not worthless. And what you got to do is you'll learn to focus on the positive and put less time with the negative. When you feel worthless, just say, oh, that's just a feeling. And it's easy for me to say it, but it does work. Say, well, I'm not interested in you, Mr. Worthless. Give it a name. Call it. Say, Mr. Worthless, don't need you today. I'm going to focus on mummy positive or whatever name you want to give it. Yeah. And find something about yourself and either write it down, put it on the wall. I'm good at this or I'm good at this. You know, I asked David a great question. Put that on the wall. Whatever he reminds you. And that's how you overcome that kind of thing. I hope that was helpful.
Yes, exactly. I would agree with that, David. And me personally, I can relate with that. There are really moments that, I'm feeling that one, and I'm even questioning myself on my worth, and that's a good point on that, that you have to look and go back to the things. Where are you right now? And compare where you've been before, or where you are before and where you are right now, and of course the blessings, the great things that you have right now. So though it's very hard, yeah, I understand, there are really moments, just like what you mentioned, David. It's always the two parts, right? That there's negativity and there are positivity. So whenever you can also talk to someone, just share your emotions, and definitely it will help you to uplift your spirit. So that's why it's very important, the support group, right? That's why
Yes.
the community where we are right now
Mm,
in
yeah.
MOMpreneurs Club PH. Okay, thank you so much, David, for answering that one. So let me go ahead and check for additional question. Okay, so let's hear from Mommy April. Hi, Sir David. What exercise would you recommend whenever you feel so overwhelmed with different kinds of emotions? How can you focus and identify what is important and what needs to be disregarded? I love this question as
It's a
well. Go
great
ahead.
question. Great question, Mummy April. Lovely name as well, by the way. So, the best thing you can learn is to stop, which is also the hardest thing. And when I say stop, I mean stop. And if that means you go into a room by yourself, whatever it is, you stop and you allow yourself to stop. You tell yourself to stop. And you even say out loud, I am stopping now. Then you can do the exercise. What you've done is you stopped your brain going into all the negative stuff. You've stopped it. And that gives you a chance to breathe. Stop. Put that word on the wall. If you don't stop at least once a day, you're doing too much. You want to be stopping many times a day. Yeah. There's a famous guru who had an ashram and written one of his famous things was, don't just do something, sit there, which is the complete opposite. Because the phrase we always have is, don't just sit there, do something.
Yeah.
And he turned it around. Don't just do something, sit there. And what that means is stop. And if you can start, and it starts with you, you have to give yourself permission because you've got all these judges, the voices, everyone, all people around you, family, everyone. You have to keep going. You have to keep going. You can't stop. You can't stop. Yes, you can. And if you can't give yourself permission just yet, I'm giving you permission. Stop. Okay?
Yeah. So stop. Yeah. Pause for a while. And yeah, definitely it will be a big help for you. Yeah.
Yeah.
So hope we, David answered your concern or question, Mommy. And now let's continue with our next question. Let me have here. Okay. From Mommy Rhoda. Yeah, she mentioned, I am more enlightened. I am a lupus, wow, warrior, stroke victim, full-time worker, and a mom to a 10-year-old boy.
Wow.
Aside from having a positive mindset, I cultivated the spirit of gratitude. This definitely is helping me cope better. Wow, you are
Absolutely.
an
Yeah.
amazing. Yes, thank you, Mommy Rhoda, for sharing a bit of your
Yeah.
story. It's so inspiring, even with just that simple, um
Yeah.
comment or message. Yeah, we salute you,
That,
Mommy
that's
Rhoda.
it. And she touched on it very well, Mummy Rhoda, is about developing gratitude is one of the aspects of developing. That's the bit about focusing on the positive.
Yeah,
Yeah. There's always something good in your life. And the more you focus on it, the bigger it gets. Okay. The mind will expand whatever it's focused on. So if you can focus on anything, it's, a break in the weather's a bit better, whatever it is, find something and it will help you to grow.
Yes, thank you for adding that one, David. And again, yeah, Mommy Rhoda, thank you for being with us tonight, and yeah, for bringing such inspiration. And with that, gratitude, Mom, she's we know that this is a big thing for everyone, and it's really should be part of our life, diba? So now let's see. Let's go. Wow, there are a lot of comments now. Okay. I love this. Yeah. Thank you, Mommy Rinsel. That's why I love this community check. Yes. Okay. Oh, another question by Mommy Maureen. Sir David, we are all in social media era. We see or read a lot of things, good and bad. And sometimes we got too involved in it and our emotions also follows. What advice can you give us about it? Thank you.
Great question, Mummy Maureen. Great question. So, well, you have a choice. I'm guessing you don't want to switch off your social media altogether, otherwise you wouldn't be here. So it's a question of, well, how are you going to use it? Yeah. Now you've already identified there's good and bad there, so you already
Mhm.
know this. So first things first is developing discipline that you're not going to look at it all day long. Like as soon as your phone goes ping, you have a look. You have to break that habit. So you can turn off your notifications in little time blocks. So give yourself little blocks of time, unless you're waiting for an important message, that's different. But give yourself blocks of time of when you will look at your social media. And before you do that, do your PQ exercises, whatever it is. Get yourself into a sage mode. Already telling yourself in advance, I know there's going to be some stuff here that I don't like. Okay. So you're already developing a sense of freedom and you're not going to be a victim in the same amount. Now, of course, you want to do your best to filter so that you're getting as much positive stuff coming through. If you're just going to look at everything, well, then you don't stand a chance. You are just going to see everything. So that's a choice you have to make. But what I would say is, as you go in, say you set yourself a half hour of social media time, you've done your work beforehand, you're nice and relaxed, and within 1 or 2 minutes something really starts getting at you. Well, you've got to, if you really want to make advances here, say, okay, I need to actually stop, do
Mhm.
some PQ, and if you still want to carry on, carry on. But remember, you're the one putting your hand on that hot stove every time. It's not being done to you. You are choosing to
It's
put
your
your hand on the
choice.
hot stove. It's your choice.
Exactly. That's right. Yeah, it's our choice. And again, discipline is a big thing, especially now with this, with the technical technologies that we have. So thank you for that question. And yeah, we will be entertaining one last question. So please type it in. If there's no more, let me read this one. Okay. Thank you, Mommy April. Okay. So this is another good question. David, what morning habits do you think can help us have a better or more positive day? Wow, this is cool.
That's great. How you start your day is really important. Actually, this can tie in with the previous question as well. One of the big things that makes a lot of difference to people is the worst thing you can do is pick up your phone when you wake up and start looking at your social media. That's the worst
The
thing you can do.
worst.
Right. So stop doing that. For if you're doing, stop doing that. The best thing you can do is a kind of meditation, and there's lots of techniques out there. But even just as soon as you wake up, just focusing in and focus on this is going to be a great day. This is going to be a lovely day. You know, and but your morning starts the night before. It's
Mhm.
how did you go to bed?
Fun.
Yeah. Have you done your to-do list if you're that type of person? What's the most important thing you need to do tomorrow? So not so you worry about it, it's so you and have you taken any actions now
Mhm.
to make tomorrow easier? So if you're kind of working backwards, if you see what I mean, going forwards becomes easier. Okay. And that's how you shape your morning so that when you wake up, you don't have to jump out of bed. Now, obviously, if you've got kids screaming for breakfast and whatever, then yeah, of course, it's much harder. Okay, but if you are able to, and it is a challenge, and it does take discipline. If you can just get that 15-20 minutes to yourself when you wake up, to set your mind, to get your
Mhm.
mind set for the day, it affects the rest of your
Whole
day,
day.
you know. And it's worth losing a bit of sleep, if but it just means going to bed earlier. If you can move it around. So what you
Adjusting.
do the night before shapes up your morning. But the more you can take control of the morning instead of the morning taking control of you, that's how you can move forward.
Wow, I love that. So, mommy, she is okay. Mompreneurs, moms, mommies, yeah. Let's all sleep earlier so that we can wake up and do our thing first thing in the morning, right? So,
Easier said
all
than done.
yes. Start your day with positive mind. Yes, Mommy Rincel. Have you started doing what you need to do right now? Make it easier tomorrow. Yes, love it. Thank you for quoting that one. All right, love that. All right. So, mommies, yeah, thank you for joining us. And time flies so fast. And of course, we learned a lot of things today, that will definitely help us, especially tomorrow as we wake up. We can be better momshies, mompreneurs, whatever our tasks are. And definitely, yes, this is all good things that we have to learn. So now, David, aside from the learnings that you shared with us, there's another gift or surprise that you're giving to us. Please share
I
with
am.
us.
Now, there you are. Well, I've really enjoyed this, and your questions have been fantastic. And I can tell you're a group of people that really wants to move forward. You understand that there are challenges, but you're not just giving into it. You want to move forward, and I want to help you with that. And I had a good chat with Mum Lee, your founder, and she drives a hard bargain. No, I'm only joking. She got me to give you a very good reduction, okay, a very important one, and I'm more than happy to help you guys as much as possible. So remember, I set up the PDCA website with courses on it,
Yeah.
and these are some of the courses. I'm adding more courses all the time. Now you can see there's team building, leadership. They're all different aspects. Depends on what size your business is. Building relationships, useful habits, how to get the pricing right on your products. So what they are is a series of carefully curated audio books in there with, and the text goes with it. It's not the whole of the book. It's the most important points. And there's some special questions that you answer those questions, and it will help you to understand that topic and really move forward in your business. Okay. This is just six of them. There's eight in total, but we're adding more each month. There's going to be more and more, and there are programs as well. But I'm going to tell you about those another time. There's the mental fitness program in there, but this is the courses in particular. I wanted to make a special offer for you because, as you can see, they're $27 each, but I'm not going to charge you that. Okay, not $27. I've done a reduction, and it's a very special reduction only for you mumpreneurs. Okay,
Wow.
for 1 week only, you can get any of these courses. You can get them
Wow.
all of the courses for $5 each, and
That's
use this code earlybird5. Okay, you just use that. Go into the website. Use the voucher. Use it this week. So you've got a few days. I'd suggest get one. See if you like it, then get another. If you really like them, get all of them. Okay, $5 each instead of $27 each. They will all, they're written by the best people in the world. You'll recognize some of the names, and you can also go through and buy the actual book if you want to. But this is the executive summary of it. It gives you the most important points that will really help you. It's easy to follow, and some special questions at the end that are designed for you to really absorb and use the information that you get from each of the course. And this will help you with any of those aspects of your business. Okay,
amazing.
so that's the offer to you. So that'll be on the screen for you. Early Bird 5 is the voucher, and I just want to say thank you very much for having me here. I've really enjoyed it. It's been lovely meeting you, and I think you're amazing people. I really do. So thank
Yes.
you, and keep doing the exercises. You're
Yeah,
loved.
we will definitely do that. And yes, David, thank you for gracing your time with us and with, Mompreneurs Club PH community. And definitely, so please take note once again, everyone who are viewing us right now, the code is early bird 5. And of course, our way of saying thank you to David, our way of showing our gratefulness to him is, please make sure to follow his pages, his social media account. So Mami K will be flashing that one, and also we will be putting that in the comment section. And again, yes, David, anything that you would like to say or promote to our viewers right now?
I would just say everything is fine. It's all good, and
Perfect.
really allow it to be like that, and you'll get more of it.
Yes, thank you, thank you. And yes, the group, if you know someone, dadpreneur, so your version, your husband,
Yeah,
your partner, your friend, your brother, whoever it is, please allow them to join the community of Coach David. That's Dadpreneurs Club. There's no PH.
right.
Yeah, because I think
Yeah,
that's for this will be an international dadpreneurs. Wow, it's so
yeah,
amazing.
that's it. Yeah,
Okay, so yes, thank you so much again, David, and we hope that we will hear again from you with another exciting and fruitful and meaningful discussion. So
look
everyone,
forward to it.
again, so keep on commenting. If you will be watching this on a replay, just comment team replay. Also, continue to share your takeaways, your thoughts, whatever learnings you gain from this discussion tonight, and we will announce the winners. Of course, two winners of 300 Gcash load next week. So thank you everyone, to all the mommies out there, to all the viewers, David once again, to Mommy K and Mommy Lay. This is your host Ellie saying have a great evening everyone. See you next week. Bye.
Bye, bye.